Hello everyone, this is Karen Swart from Jesus to My Rescue Ministries, and it's an honor to be with you again today. I want to share a personal testimony with you, and I trust that it will encourage you in your life as well. Many years ago, as I was traveling from work, I was stuck in peak traffic when my phone rang, and it was my husband who was away for work in a different city, in fact the same city where his parents lived. And nothing could have prepared me for the news that he shared with me. He told me that both his parents had passed away simultaneously in a horrible manner. And I remember thinking, this cannot be real because things like this only happen in movies, right? But no, it was real. And I don't even remember how I got home because I couldn't hear the cars anymore. I couldn't see anyone around me. And I could actually hear my heart beating inside of my chest. And I realized our whole life had changed in a split second and that nothing was going to be the same again. Now, that evening before I flew out to be with him, I had to process a lot of things other than having to share the news with our children. But over and over, I played what happened in my mind. It's like trying to find the answers to what happened. And then the peace of Christ, which transcends all understanding, that's spoken of in Philippians 4:6-7, came over me. And I had the strength to do what I had to do. The next day, I flew out and I went to be with my husband. And we had to go straight to the police station. We had to go and identify their bodies, which of course was not a nice experience for us. Again, instead of being overwhelmed by what happened, the peace of Christ overwhelmed us. And we had the strength and the courage to do what we had to do. Lots of paperwork, lots of processes. We had to organize a funeral in 1 week, clear out their house, and get their bodies released from the police station in time for the funeral. And I remember we were functioning like robots, trying to get everything done. And we took a minute sitting in their house, having coffee from their mugs, but at the same time experiencing what must have happened there because this tragedy happened in their house. And I remember there were tears and questions and uncertainties and a lot of hurt and even unforgiveness. But again, the peace of Christ came over us. And that same peace helped my husband to forgive who he had to forgive. And for him to stand up at that funeral, to say to the people around us that they had to forgive and release. And that they had to remember mom and dad for who they were and the way they lived their life and not in the manner that they left us. It was also the same peace that strengthened us when we had to say goodbye to my parents, when it was time for them to leave. You see, just like me, we all face things on a daily basis that we cannot even imagine will happen to us, but they change our lives within a split second. I have Jesus. My husband has Jesus. And the peace of Christ is with us all the time, helping us through these things. It's not that because we are in Christ, we don't have these challenges. They're there. They're real. They are severe. But God's peace in us carries us through and strengthens us. And I'm asking you today, do you have Christ in your heart? Because when things change and the challenges come and they are fierce, my question is, how are you going to deal with it? Because I'm telling you today, alone, you won't make it. And you might have friends around you. It will not be enough. You will not make it without the peace of Christ that will carry you, strengthen you. Because you see, it doesn't matter how fierce the challenge. God is still God and He's still on the throne. And He is the one that strengthens us and promises us that nothing will come along our path that we cannot handle. So today, I want to leave you with this thought. If you have never committed your life to Christ, I want to encourage you to do so by going on your knees and inviting Jesus Christ to come into your heart and taking over your life and your thoughts and your actions. Forgive those that have sinned against you and ask God to forgive you for the sins that you have committed. Because I'm telling you today, no matter how comfortable your life is right now, it can change in a split second. I hope that this message has encouraged you. Lots of love.